Oh, yeah. Baby, boo. Babies, babies everywhere. See them drink from a bottle. Oh, baby, baby, please let me hold you. Whatever, like that song. Yeah. You ever seen that movie, Look Who's Talking? Where um, Bruce Willis plays the voice of a baby. And then there's Look Who's Talking Now. Or no, I think it's Look Who's Talking 2. And then I think Look Who's Talking Now is the third one. I think there's three. That's an old movie from back in the day, baby. Pardon the pun. And the second baby was, or the voice was Roseanne Arnold. Is that a real name? I think so. That used to be a show. Roseanne and Tom Arnold. What the fuck? No, not Tom Arnold. Who played her husband? Her name was Dan. His name was Dan. Dan. Roseanne. Dan. Roseanne and Dan. Yeah, that was a show kind of from my youth. That house kind of reminds me of like the house that I grew up in. For some reason, it does. Like the phone with the long ass cord and stuff. And then eventually, we did get a wireless phone, that didn't have a cord, so that it was mounted on a wall, So it used to be if you were talking on the phone, you basically had to sit there at the kitchen table, you know. And then we got a phone where it had no cord, so you could like walk into your room with it, you know. And anyway, my grandma had a rotary phone, you know, with the dial. So if you had to dial 911, you had to go. So, and then she had and it was brown. And she had another brown phone that had the cord with the buttons. Um, and then eventually she got a cordless phone, that had the whatever. So, I'm a millennial. But anyway, um, all them shows, Seinfeld, I can't even do it. The music in the beginning. Um, Tool Time, more power. Ho, 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 ho. Anyway, I don't think so, Tim. Al Borland. And his neighbor Wilson. But anyway, um, what else? The Simpsons. That's still probably still on. Oh man. There's shows that it was on like primetime TV. Shows were half an hour, and you just knew what time they were on, and you'd get the TV guide in the paper every week. And prime time was like from 5 to 8 or something. So I'd eat dinner, while I was watching TV. As we got older, when we were younger, we had to eat around the table, with everybody and talk. But then as we got older, we were allowed to watch TV while we ate. So I would watch, about 2 hours of TV, before I went to bed. And we had a bedtime. I don't remember what it was. It was probably like 8 o'clock or something. 8:30, maybe. And elementary school, you get up at like a whopping, 7 o'clock in the morning, maybe 6:30, or something like that. Woo! I think we were done by like 2:05, 2:50, I don't know. We had a bell. We had a bell for like, recess. All that I'm not going to talk about that. But anyway, I remember. Yeah, the bell. Everybody'd be sitting there. You'd have all your shit loaded up in your backpack, and you'd be at your desk, and everybody line up and go out the door, right? Either out the door, if it was a classroom that had a door that was, to the outside, or maybe down the hall a little bit and out the door. I remember all that shit. Elementary school, grade school, and high school. Like I said, high school pretty much was just a couple years, and then I dropped out, and then the school for the criminally insane, and all that, as my dad used to call it. And being tutored at the library for a brief little bit there. That girl, holy shit. She had green eyes, and she was older, but you could tell she was hot when she was younger. She was still hot even when she was older. And she was kind of like talking gently, while standing behind me, and kind of to the side a little bit. Oh, like, draw! ASMR, man. That was no act. That was no role play. I remember I was like... So... Libraries, everything's all quiet. Everything smells like books. The library still exists these days. The school had a library. All that shit. I did an audio presentation the other day talking about that, like gym class and assemblies and field day. And, we'd climb the ropes, Oh, shit. I still didn't look that up. I forgot. Who the hell is John Doe Tabor right now? I'll do it after I do this audio presentation. Anyway, I made a new folder. It's called This Probably Fake. And I like the one with the cat. I was never in the service, but that rubber bander does not look like it would make that sound. That sounds more like, I believe they called it the Saw. What was that, the M60? Like I said, never in the service, and I don't want to get YouTube all like, but there's like the rubber bander that's like, and then there's the rubber bander that's like, and then there's the rubber bander that's like, so I think AI kind of fucked that up a little bit. It didn't match the rubber bander with the right sound. Switching to whatever. Switching back to the other way. Put this one out, pull another one out of our vest here. Is that what all these things is? There's all this shit. There's a lot of rubber bands here. All the veterans are like, oh, fuck that tabby cat or whatever. And then, so the rest of them, there's just sort of whatever. And then at the end, and the Orange Fury comes in from left field and slides into the rope. That was funny. Orange Fury. Oh, fuck. And then I added another one. What was that one? Shit, the second one. Oh, yeah, another orange cat with the driving. That made me think of the Gweed. Because Mrs. Butthead, you know, I'm so obsessed with her, she's always on my mind. She had a photo and she deleted it, but where it was her kind of, you know, loving up on her macho man, you know, and um, she had a cat on her back, and it was a gray cat, and you know, she was just like, apparently she's never owned a cat before, but they do that. They lay on your face and shit. But anyway, so I don't know if that's like their first, you know, whatever together. Oh, let's buy a cat. Cat. Really, you know. Maybe they have a dog too, but you know. But anyway, made me think of that. You know, like oh, there's cats, and then there's the Gweed's cat. You know, but because he's so amazing and shit. But that sounds like a cuck and all that stupid shit. But and then the third one I posted, it had some funny stuff. Hey little fella, you lost. Hey, aren't you the smallest little thing? You know, you're safe now. Just stupid AI shit. A lot of it's funny, you know. But like I said, it's a world of bullshit. Just enjoy the ride, you know. Like my future bestie says, you know, enjoy the decline, you know. Gotta admit, this is kind of funny. It's bad for people's, you know, psyche and mentality and how they just view life, you know. Ah, fuck it. No shit, you know. Takes it to a whole new level, you know. But and that Bigfoot, you know, he's got the voice, you know, that guy, the selfies or whatever. Um, but the fat lady on the zip line, that made me think of Fatty McFatfuck, Katie Boo, sweet girl. I'll have to check. I wonder if you got anything new. I'm gonna watch some ASMR and just sort of chill and relax. Look at your pretty face and stuff. Pretend I'm holding you in my arms. You know, like the Gweed was holding Mrs. Butthead. That'll be you and me. We'll put them two bozos to shame. You two fucking yak offs want to know how a fucking relationship is supposed to work? Let's show them, Katie Boo. I'll show you who she is too. Be like, yeah, you will laugh at her together. Although that's not really your style, you know. You'll be like, okay, well, I'm glad that she's, you know, she can fuck off. You know, she's with the Gweed. You know, I mean, she married him. You know, I mean, it's good that they're happy and they're just together. You know, so it's you and me now. But I'm glad she's happy. I mean, she wants kids. I hope she has kids and has a nice family. And well, that's them. I don't think we should ever look at them or think about them or speak of them ever again. And I think, you know, I should do our thing, you know, and I'll be like, yeah, but you don't understand. She wants me. So, uh, I think we should fuck with them. You know what I mean? So, you know. Why not? Because it's mean. I mean, she's married. She's got her man. Okay, I've got mine. I've got you. I think we should just do our own thing. No. I think we should post everything we do. That's what I think. But yeah, whatever. I'm just talking shit. That would be kind of mean. Poor Mrs. Butthead. Put out the dog and bring in the cat. And feed the babies. She doesn't want kids so bad anymore because she's got them. So she's probably pregnant by now. So she hasn't posted a picture in a while. That's probably why. She's just like, because that's the type of girl she is. You know, she's like, you know what? Social media presence. You know, she didn't post no wedding pictures or nothing like that. You know, her last name's still the same. You know, maybe she's just left that as is and she's got a completely new thing. She just didn't even bother shutting it down. You know, or deleting it or whatever. Don't know. I did get a notification that I don't know if that's me outgoing or incoming or what. You know, friend suggestion. So, because that's how Facebook works and shit. So, you go click on them and Facebook taps on their shoulder. Hey, so you're not anonymous, but I did check her shit. I think I checked it every week for the last 2 weeks. I don't know. Because I didn't for like a month. I didn't actually check it. I would just look at the circle feed and then I'm like, wonder if she got any new pictures. Just, you know, and she's just on the list. That's just, you know, like Wacky Zacky, you know, on Instagram, although I haven't checked him in a long ass time, you know. Sometimes people fall off. But it is what it is. So I really don't care. But like I said, then I would absolutely quit because then it would be weird, you know, if I saw, you know, picture her with a bun in the oven or, you know, whatever. You know, 'cause it takes 9 months and then you got the baba. Because then it's just like, I just wouldn't feel right about it. That would just be too weird, stupid. But I wish your friends still had a social media presence. Whew. I'd be making collages and themes galore. Damn. I got a couple pictures of her. Yeah. I masturbate to them every now and then. Whew. I got a lot of pictures of you, Katie Boo. So, anyway. Petite little gyro.